2020 has been quite the year. We're living through a pandemic, a race war, and it just so happens to be an election year. And to add icing on the cake, Democrats in North Carolina will in one breath say that they condemn the riots, the looting, and the violence. And in the next breath, to those of us who are getting punched in the face, robbed, and our businesses are being smashed, they tell us that we need to have sympathy for Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They tell us that they're just acting out because they've been hurt, because they've been dehumanized, because they've been marginalized. So suck it up, Buttercup, and watch your state burn. What's up, guys? Welcome to The Rundown with Zinga. I'm your host, Zinga. This week, we're going to discuss how the Democrats have put their stamp of approval on the riots in our own streets. From DC to right here in North Carolina, Democrats almost seem giddy that the youths on their side are burning places down. They do try to cover their butts, but it's just not very convincing. Check out this footage of what's happening in our own backyards, and then check out what our leaders have to say about it.
We are getting sick and tired of getting killed.
People are more important than property.
As well, their officers are still firing pepper.
It is shocking to see our workplaces, businesses, and community spaces damaged. But we must recognize the legitimate pain and weight of years of disparate treatment that fuels these demonstrations.
Now sit! Go sit!
We cannot focus so much on the property damage that we forget why people are in the streets in the first place.
And the protesters certainly saw that as well. And
we must be willing to hear that message, even when we are saddened by the way it is delivered.
It is incredibly clear what is more important to our Chief Justice.
We must decry the failures of justice and equity just as forcefully as we decry violence. It is not enough to say to protesters, go home and follow the rules. It's just not that simple.
So Black Lives Matter and Antifa are allowed to throw adult-sized hissy fits and temper tantrums, and we are supposed to do what? Listen to them? It seems pretty clear to me that Democrats in DC and in Raleigh are giving their stamp of approval on the rioters and the looters. They are acknowledging the suffering that has been caused, but simultaneously they'll say that Black Lives Matter and Antifa are doing all these things because their feelings are hurt. So we should give them a pass. Because these hurting youths need an outlet to release their pain. So I'll leave you with this. Kamala Harris discussed the riots with Stephen Colbert on his show.
This is a movement, I'm telling you. They're not gonna stop. And everyone beware, because they're not gonna stop. They're not gonna stop before Election Day in November, and they're not gonna stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that they're not gonna let up, and they should not.
Well, that's The Rundown, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and share this video. We want to make sure that this message gets out to everyone about what Democrats in Raleigh are actually doing. Thanks.